viewers, this is it, your SADC Summit highlights, an exclusive here on ZBC that takes a look at the key moments that led into the build-up to the 44th SADC Summit that took place here in Harare, Zimbabwe. And of course, I am your host, Curtly Gwindi, taking you through each and every moment, step by step, the events of this momentous occasion that all happened right here in the Parliament building, Mount Hampton, Harare, Zimbabwe. Now, let's dive right into it. Now, it all kicked off with the SADC Industrialization Week, held in the first week of August, where SADC member states, of course, had an appreciation of issues to do with boosting regional development and, of course, promoting regional trade amongst SADC member states, speaking highly to exploring capabilities as well as opportunities for inter-Africa trade.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Industrialization Week, as was said earlier, is a decision of the SADC Council of Ministers made on the 27th of August in 2016 in Eswatini, that the Industrialization Week should be held annually as a forerunner to the ordinary SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government. The intention was to build coalitions to enhance understanding and cooperation among stakeholders on how to implement the SADC Industrialization Strategy and Roadmap of 2015 to 2063. The event also serves to enhance engagement on the implementation of the industrialization strategy at both national and regional levels, encouraging regional companies, youth, women's participation to showcase their innovations as well as learn from each other.
I congratulate the Southern African Development Community SADC Secretariat, the Confederation of Zimbabwe Industry CZI, and the SADC Business Council, along with responsible ministries, departments, and agencies of the Zimbabwean government for putting together an exceptional and transformational showcase. Given the vast natural resource endowments and the youthful population on our African continent, and the SADC region in particular, it is a misnomer that we continue to lose substantial revenue through exporting unprocessed goods and resources from our region. It is on this background that 10 years ago, we resolved here in Zimbabwe to front-load the SADC industrialization agenda. It therefore beckons all of us, governments, industry and development partners alike, to give impetus to the accelerated development of industry. Through our unity of purpose, complementary and intertwined strategies, we are determined to realize a rapid socio-economic development and a higher quality of life in our countries and the region that leave no one and no place behind.
After the long Industrialization Week, then came the SADC Council of Ministers meeting, held here at the Parliament of Zimbabwe, with an appreciation of the taking of office of Ambassador Albert Chimbindi, who is now the standing chair of the Committee of Senior Officials. Foreign Affairs and International Trade Minister Ambassador Frederick Shawa also assumed office with regards to the chair of the SADC Council of Ministers.
We are going to ask you to come just up front here so that you can... Yes, sir. Distinguished delegates, we are going to witness the exchange of the chairship from the Republic of Angola to the Republic of Zimbabwe. They are exchanging the gavel, which is one of the instruments of power that is used to hammer when decisions are being made. Honorable Shava, if you could just raise it so that people see that you've indeed received. Thank you. Yes.
As I assume this role, I commit myself to steering this august council guided by our theme of the calendar year of 24-25, boldly titled, and I quote, "Promoting Innovation to Unlock Opportunities for Sustained Economic Growth and Development Towards an Industrialized SADC," unquote, which entails the rigorous implementation of our regional agenda. It is my intention to steer our organization to promote innovation, to create opportunities for the present and future generations through sustainable regional industrialization and economic growth. We have to leverage on our human capital and the abundant resources to unlock the vast socio-economic potential that our region wields. The region is endowed with abundant resources which are essential for our growth if we can take advantage of the young, educated, and trained youths who possess the much-needed technological skills to spearhead our economic development. The mainstreaming of our youth in the region, in the regional development agenda, will resultantly promote innovation and unlock opportunities through sustained economic growth and industrialization. We successfully held the 7th annual SADC Industrialization Week from the 29th of July to the 2nd of August 2024, where private players and industrialists across all sectors of the economy had an opportunity to engage and exchange ideas on the development of our region. SADC's Vision 2050 and the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan 2020 to 2030 will not be achieved if we do not take on board the private sector.
Heads of state began arriving, eager to engage in fruitful discussions and make meaningful decisions for the region's future. In a significant moment, His Excellency President Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa took over as the new SADC chair, vying to drive regional integration and development.
On behalf of the people and government of Zimbabwe, I take over the mantle of chairmanship as chairperson of SADC with humility and grace. I look forward, Your Excellencies, to your invaluable support and drawing from your vast experiences and counsel as we advance our regional agenda for the benefit of our SADC citizens. Allow me to also acknowledge the dedication and leadership demonstrated by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, in his capacity as the chairperson of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation. The organ remains a critical cog in nurturing unity, constitutionalism, democracy, and the rule of law, as well as peace and security in line with the founding values, ethos, and principles of SADC. Similarly, I congratulate His Excellency Samia Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, for her assumption of the stewardship over the organ of politics, defense, and security cooperation. Rest assured of my full support, my dear friends. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this year's theme, and I quote, promoting innovation to unlock opportunities for sustainable economic growth and development towards an industrialized SADC, end of quote, brings before the role of innovation in sustained economic transformation and development. It is a clarion call for our respective countries to leverage the region's human capital to spur technology and innovation that will leapfrog the modernization and industrialization of SADC towards a higher quality of life of our citizens. To this end, it has become critically important and urgent to harness the potential of innovation to produce goods and services through value addition and a beneficiation of our rich mineral and related natural resources. The peoples of the region fought for our liberation, freedom, and independence, as well as the economic value of our land and that which is under it. The time is now. We must realize maximum value from our God-given rich natural endowments. The importance of developing innovative strategies across all sectors of our economies to accelerate the realization of our collective development agenda cannot be overemphasized. This is more so as the fourth industrial revolution continues to impact and transform the way we operate and execute our work. Our SADC bloc cannot afford to fall behind in the new and the fast-changing frontier of science, technology, and innovation. These aspects are prerequisites for increased productivity and indeed the bedrock upon which other parts of the world, industrialized countries, developed on. Let us therefore match our aspirations set out in the SADC industrialization strategy and roadmap 2015 to 2063 with concrete and real actions. It is pleasing that the successful SADC Industrialization Week and Investment Forum provided a public-private engagement platform where participants discussed and shared innovative approaches. The 7th SADC Public Lecture also helped to raise public awareness on the critical role of innovation in promoting and deepening the SADC regional integration efforts. Stakeholders across the region are exhorted to scale up people-to-people and business-to-business exchanges for enhanced synergies and collaboration. Our institutions of higher learning, the academia, scientists and innovators must equally strengthen linkages to further drive the innovation, modernization, and industrialization of our region. In the case of Zimbabwe, we have set up several innovation hubs at all our state universities and related institutions of higher learning. These have achieved remarkable success in developing a sense of self-belief, skills and competencies. Further, initiatives under the programs have transformed livelihoods, communities and the economy as a whole through the production of appropriate goods and services for our people. The need to ensure that our youth and entrepreneurs, including women, fully embrace the technology and innovation revolution should be one of our key priorities in the region.
The morning after the SADC summit, which took place here at the Parliament of Zimbabwe, heads of state woke up to be treated to business excursions, namely the Geopomona Waste Management Project and the Liberation City that houses the Museum of African Liberation. SADC member states were given land where they would build heritage sites to preserve their liberation histories.
Zimbabwe remains inspired by our collective national history and the spirit of Pan-Africanism vision, hence our desire to host part of the repository of the history of the continent for the benefit of present and future generations. It is therefore befitting that I acknowledge the support of SADC member states and that of our other countries in Africa that enabled the official African Unity endorsement of the establishment of the Museum of African Liberation. This project is being spearheaded by the Institute of African Knowledge. My government will continue to deploy resources and expertise towards the institutionalization of African narratives and perspectives of the decolonization of our continent. We are aware that the history of our continent has been and continues to be deliberately distorted to suit the parochial interests of our former erstwhile colonial masters. It is the responsibility of our generation to ensure that this important phase in history of our continent is accurately documented and secured. It is time that we set the record straight. Otherwise, history will judge our generation harshly for having watched with disinterest while our history is being falsified. Your Majesty, Excellencies and distinguished guests, this museum is an affirmation of the liberation struggles of the African continent. It should ultimately be the custodian and embodiment of all that which characterized the decolonization of our respective countries, our region, and the entire African continent, including the African diaspora. It immortalizes our rich African heritage, given its central role as a reservoir of the events and activities that characterized our struggle against foreign domination and exploitation. It should also be a source of pride and inspiration for future generations to jealously defend, guard against the encroaching wave of neo-colonialism. Exhibitions that showcase the historic struggles of the African people and the victories registered against oppression and injustice will form the core of this museum. The facility will thus help to amplify the heroic exploits of the African people, to restore the dignity of the African people, and to celebrate our Africanness. My government has therefore resolved to avail a hectare of land to SADC, where each member state will be able to construct a monument of our struggle against colonialism.
Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. Them say that I can never be all that I see. I've seen that God is greater than that. Who can battle with the Lord? Nobody. Who can change His mind about me? Through many years, in many ways, I have seen His faithfulness forever.
A visit was also paid to President Emmerson Mnangagwa's Sherwood farm in Kwekwe, where President Masisi witnessed the president's farming skills firsthand.
Congratulations. Say what the Lord has done for you. Congratulations.
Now, the president showcased his expertise in wheat farming and animal husbandry, leaving many in awe, including Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi, visibly impressed.
I could never have imagined that what I hear and read about, I would see. But this is it. It's a real food. What I'm proud about is that there's a president who feeds people. He doesn't just feed Zimbabweans, he feeds Africa. So what he speaks about is what he does. And I am just absolutely in awe, literally. So I have a lot to say when I get home. What has totally taken me aback when I was talking to Patrick was the yield here. 65 to 70 tons per hectare. He expects in this 30 hectares to harvest more than 110,000 hectares of potatoes. Tons.
Yeah, no problems. This is normal.
This is
How
this
did
No. But this is a real production of food. It's efficient. You know? I think there's a lot that we need to be learning from, and you don't tell your story enough, I think, in Zimbabwe.
For President Emmerson Mnangagwa, it was indeed a proud moment, showing Zimbabwe in all its glory the beauty and its capabilities. And of course, being able to host successfully the 44th SADC Summit. We wish him the best as he assumes this position of SADC chair. And that's it. That's all we have, folks, with regards to giving you the highlights of the SADC Summit. Please do join us again here on ZBC. Now, my name is Curtly Gwindi, and until next time, it's salutations, pleasant viewing, and God bless Zimbabwe.